Hey guys, this is Gaijin Hunter. I know I've been really busy and I have not been able to make a video, and I was going back and I realized that I never finished my Lao Xiaolong solo video. This is a way that you can beat him solo without using a weapon, which is Artillery Expert, High Grade Earplugs, and Pro Transporter. If you have anti-tremor, great. If you can't, it's no big deal. The reason why I never upload this video is because I made so many mistakes. You can easily do this solo in about 22-23 minutes and kill Lao. In my video it took about 29, but I show off all the core principles and the strategies, and I even show you how it can go wrong, where you can whiff, where you can make mistakes. So in hindsight, I think it's a good idea to go ahead and upload this for people who want it. Again, because I don't think it's the best run in the world, but can show you all the different ways it could go wrong, but you can still succeed. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video if you're having problems doing Lao, or you just wanted to know how to do it solo and get a better understanding of where all the ornaments in the fight are. Okay, once you start the hunt, head over to the supply box, grab the map if you like it. You don't need it though. 2 anti-dragon bombs, 2 supply bomb plus the demolisher ammo, and the 2 binders. You don't need to grab any of the ballistas, so don't touch those. Okay, when we start out here, we're going to go ahead and stock 3 of these into the movable cannon. Now you'll notice here that we have a lot of extra time. This is why you don't actually need the Pro Transporter, but I do find it a lot less stressful to have it on because you can run around much faster. Now each one of these cannonball packs is a pack of 3, so 3 of these will stock the machine. This gathering spot has a total of 4 that you can gather, so it's 3 plus 1 more for the next one. So stock this sucker up, then head over to the other end of the arena, and you'll see 5 fallen ballistas that you can pick up. Go over here and pick those up. This whole time you can ignore it. Lao is just making a slow grand entrance. Now there's a lot of debate sort of on whether or not you are supposed to hit these ballistas, but trust me, it'll make it much easier to know how to get it to area 2 fast if you just use them. So go up here on the machine here. I'm actually going to blow the first shot just to show you guys how much you need to aim upward because it's so far away. So watch this. Whiff. So definitely aim as high as you can like this, and definitely get off those shots. If you want like the head breaks, you might want to go for the head. If you're a really good shot, you can go for the legs and break those parts, but honestly I'm a horrible shot at those things, so I just didn't do it. Go ahead and lay down those 2 supply barrel bomb pluses and go ahead and throw off a small detonator. Boop. And just move back over to the cannon and prepare to wait. Again, this is another area where you don't need Pro Transporter, but it is nice if you have it. But at this point, we're just going to do a waiting game until it comes closer. So just wait it out. I don't know, like pour yourself a drink, relax, sit back, listen to some music, and get ready for it to roar, and then you'll be back to action. So let's fast forward. 32 seconds it takes. No joke, guys. This is like potty break time. Okay, so Lao Xiaolong will roar. You'll notice that one of the boulders falls conveniently on the machine, so you don't want to be up there waiting for it. Wait until the body is straight lined up with this cannon to make sure that you don't miss any of the shots. There we go, and hit all 3. So it's 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to go ahead and stock in that last one from this pile. Remember, there's 4 for this pile. We're going to go and load this thing up. This is the final one, and just shoot it because we have Lao in our sights. Why not? Then go ahead and hit that right button right there, and that will move the cart over to the next area. Now you can actually run faster than the cart, so feel free to run off and start running. Go over here and you're going to start picking up these ammo. There's another 4 that you can pick up here, so we're going to go ahead and grab 3 and stack it up. We got there before the cart did because we have Pro Transporter. Go ahead and grab another 2 here. Really, this method works because of the Artillery Expert and the feline bombardier skill. The Artillery Expert no longer affects the cannon shots like it did back in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, but it does affect the power of the ballistae and also the anti-elder dragon sort of demolisher. But the feline bombardier skill will actually give these things a 10% bonus. We're going to go ahead and move it and shoot it as we're moving. You can actually wait for it, but I just find this a lot more fun. Go ahead and hit all these up. I hope I didn't miss any. Nah, we got it. Then we're going to go ahead and move the scene right back and load up that final shot that we left over there on the ground. Mega Dash Juice is great. If you have it and can afford it, go ahead and bring a bunch because this match goes on for a long time and it's just nice to know that you don't worry about your stamina. Now, because we're only loading up one shot, we don't actually want to reverse it, shoot it, and then go back, because that's just a waste of time. So we're going to go ahead and hit that go forward button, and we're going to go into the next and final area of Area 1 so that we can start loading it up some more. So go ahead and make the jump down here and go ahead and grab these 5 ballista. We're not actually going to use these scenes right now. We're going to use them a little bit later, but it is nice to grab it while the cart is moving. This is all just really using your time wisely. Some fun facts as we're loading up here. The Lao Shalong has a base HP of 25,000, which is a whole lot. But in Area 1, it can only take half damage. Anything you do beyond that doesn't count at all. So I think a lot of people have a very long fight because everyone's going ham on this monster in Area 1 and flinching it and doing everything. But honestly, the last like 5 minutes in this area, no one's doing any damage to it. So this is a very optimal route I kind of calculated out on how to get it to get to Area 2 without overdealing damage. So down here, conveniently on the ground, of all places, is another stack of 4 cannonballs. This is another reason why I really like Pro Transporter if you can afford it, because it does, again, make it less stressful. Especially if you don't have it, you definitely want to be having the Mega Dash Juice, because you do not want to be running out of stamina as you're lugging these things around. There we go, we got a full stack. You know what, we're not going to wait for him, we're just going to go ahead and do a moving shot once again. Get ready to line that thing up. It's just telling me that I can use the binder ammo, which we are not going to waste on Area 1. I actually think I just whiffed one of the cannonballs, so you'll see me make several mistakes in this video, and I kept this as my final one just to show you guys that you can get an even better time than 29 minutes. I think you can get this down to about 24-25 solo, but I just wanted to show you guys my no-cut run here just so you have it for reference. Go ahead here and grab the final cannonballs. Now we still got one more down there. Remember, there's 4 for each of the stacks. This is an area, if you do not have Pro Transporter, you're going to need those high-grade earplugs even more than I needed them, because Lao Shalong will get a little bit closer to you as you're lugging these things around and may roar and force you to drop those things, which you don't want, because each one of these is a significant amount of damage. That was just an alert letting me know that the Demolisher can now be used. Go ahead and move this scene and shoot him. Again, you can bring this thing to the final area, but honestly, it takes Lao a while to get there, so just go ahead and use them now so you're not wasting and waiting for it. I think I just whiffed one more of the cannonballs. Okay, now we're all the way back. Let's go and send this thing home all the way to the back end where that giant cannon is. Now you see that circular thing on the ground there? That is the target for where it needs to be for you to hit that Demolisher and nail Lao Shalong. Now the supply box does come with 2 of the Demolisher ammo. You can delay Lao by using binders, you can make it flinch, and then after 5 minutes get off a second Demolisher shot, but honestly it's a complete waste. Just do what I'm doing here, get it to run to Area 2, because as I said before, it only can take half damage, so you're just wasting your time, honestly. You do not need to use that second Demolisher ammo. So we're going to go here and just start loading up our cannons as we're waiting for Lao to approach the ring. Now this ammo spot has tons of cannonballs, where the other ones had 4, this one has a bunch. So go ahead and just load them all in and wait for the right time. These things do not travel that far, so don't try to shoot it now because it will not hit Lao. It's another reason why this is a very infuriating quest to do online, is a lot of people don't know. So you may be loading up the cannons and then one guy will just go, oh my gosh, he's in front of the cannon, and just hit it and totally miss and waste everything. So you don't want that. Here we go, we're gonna hit him with the big boy. That feels so good. It's just an announcement telling you that you can wait for 5 minutes, but again, we're not going to do that. Go up here and pick up the rest of the ballista ammo. We're not going to use all these, we're only going to use 5 of these shots. And then that will be enough to move it to Area 2, but we're going to go pick up all of them. Okay, now it is close enough we can hit it with the cannon and do some damage. I think I just whiffed on another one of those cannonballs because he was flinching. Again, my method is not perfect here. I actually had a very shoddy run. I think nailing every cannonball, you could probably get away with not using any ballistas in this stage of the hunt, just like those 5 earlier on, and you don't have to use the rest of them. Especially if you have a weapon and you just want to whack on Lao a little bit, you can get away with that. But the point of this video is to make it a no-brainer. No matter what weapon you have, you're able to beat this monster, because trying to do a random room with people takes like 2 hours. This is like 30 minutes a run. And that can be very stressful to try to find a room where people have 2 hours of time. I think people leave not because they're rude, but they honestly just don't have 2 hours, and it can be a little tough. If you've got friends though, like heck, the Lao Shalong armor and the weapon are fantastic and really good for G3 and G rank, so definitely take advantage of that if you have friends to hunt with. Okay, so we've now run out of cannonballs. We're going to pick up the ballista here and fire 5 of them. This is just a security shot because I missed a few cannonballs. Honestly, you can get away with not using these. Lao has not hit the base enough to really it to be significant. But I'm going to go ahead and grab the rest of the ballistas and then head over and start packing up area 2, because I know that I've done enough damage for him to run over. Okay, so now comes the tedious part. It's time to prepare. So what we're going to do is go over and find the cannonballs, which there are a bunch of, and run to the next area, which is area 2, and stock up the cannon with 3 of these suckers. This is another area where the Pro Transporter is a godsend, because man, I cannot stand running, walking as you regain some stamina, running again, and doing all that. It just takes forever. You have more than enough time, but it's just, I just can't stand it. Here, load up one here. I'm going to go ahead and have another Mega Dash Juice so I don't have to worry about my stamina. And let's fast forward a little bit as I stock in the last 2 pieces of ammo. Now, I would be tempted to fast forward here, but honestly I think being able to do this side by side could help some of you guys who find the method a little bit hard, and doing tons of like editing jumps is just going to confuse a lot of people. Go ahead and grab this sucker and run it through. Now, we did really good on area 1, so I already get the announcement now that Lao is moving to area 2, which is great because our base only took 10% damage. In this quest, you either fail it if your base gets completely attacked, or if you manage to protect it and you run out of time, then you'll repel Lao Shalong, which is fine, or you can kill it, which is what we're going to do, and get your carves, which is definitely what you want to aim for. Half this work is all the effort of prepping it up and not actually doing anything significant. So, just chill out and get ready for a pretty chill hunt against Lao. Honestly, I think it's one of the most boring hunts. They did a lot of good things compared to how it used to play. So you aren't just like hitting it constantly for 30 minutes. So I do like and appreciate that they added in all these little things. Okay, so now we've hit the cart and it's going to go over to that center bridge. And as we're waiting for Lao to enter the area, we're going to take 2 large barrel round pluses and lay them on the ground for us to hit as a way to sort of greet him as he enters the final area. Now for these, we're going to detonate them using the ballista, so we don't have to worry about setting a small bomb there to ignite them. Let's go up here. It's just letting me know that we can now use the Dragonator, which is far, far away, so not really something we need to be worrying about right now. All this extra time you see here is, sort of that time again. If you don't have Pro Transporter, you'll be cutting it close, but you can still pull it off just fine because you have all this extra time. Especially if you know and you've done this and you know how to use the cannons, just tell everybody in the room if you're online, like leave the cannons to me. You guys just hit Lao. I've got the cannons 100%. Don't touch them. And honestly, you could run this whole thing and finish Lao in probably record time. See if I can nail it without whiffing here. Wait for it. Wait for it. I hit the bombs, but I didn't hit him. Oh well. Trying to go for the head here because I really wanted the piece from his horns. There we go. We got a nice break and a flinch. Okay, now that you have that done, go up the large ladder here and back up towards that bridge area and pick up the ballista on the left-hand side. Meanwhile, you can keep an eye on Lao down there. Now, you might be tempted to jump down and hit him with these, and I think you might actually be able to pull it off. But I wasn't that aggressive. I took it kind of safe because, you know, you might be doing this run with like level 1 horrible gear just to get the artillery skill in the earplugs, so maybe you can't really withstand a hit. But if you watch here, Lau is going to do a side swipe and destroy that ballista stand. Again, we probably could have pulled off a more aggressive hit here, but, you know, why risk it if you don't need to, right? This is by far the most boring part of the hunt here, is up on the bridge. So here he goes. He's going to go ahead and whack that ballista thing. Wind up, boom! Good shot, Lau. And literally, it's still a waiting game. We're going to wait here for Lau to get close enough so that we can jump onto its back. You see that first huge ridge? Once that gets under the bridge, you can make the jump onto his back. So go ahead and set your anti-dragon bombs, which are from that supply box, and get them ready. You can only place them on his back. So go ahead and place both of these. If you want to, you can actually carve for some materials, but I chose not to because I just didn't want to get hit by the bomb. Go ahead and go back up the ladder. And now it's another waiting game. In fact, this is probably the longest waiting game, is waiting for it to get all the way across the bridge to an area where you can hit it. Here is an area where I think you could use a farcaster. Go back, pick up ballistas from the... Whoops. Go back and pick up ballistas from the base camp and just sort of, you know, chill out and wait for it to get down there. Don't stand on the bridge like I did because you'll end up getting hit like I did. But honestly, this is just a long waiting game, so I'm going to fast forward. Yes, this is 1 minute and 14 seconds. In hindsight, I definitely think farcastering back to the base camp, grabbing ballistas, and just wailing on it is probably a better move than just standing here waiting. Once it gets far enough, go ahead and hit the cannons and hit it in the back. And now comes a kind of a boring phase where it's now always going to be in position where you can hit it with the cannon. So just load up all the ammo and shoot it, just rinse and repeat. Here is 1 minute and 42 seconds of me doing exactly that. Load them up, shoot them up, load them up. 1, 2, 3, shoot them up. Pick up the last one, 2, and this is the last one. You'll notice it will disappear here. Okay, we are good. I made a really dumb mistake after I hit it with the cannon here. I was supposed to run back towards the base camp, but I actually fell off the bridge like a total idiot. So I thought this was a good time for me to use my farcaster and go back to base camp. Again, one of my bigger errors in this hunt. The most efficient thing was probably to run back towards the front, hit 10 ballistas, grab back here, grab 10 ballistas, then grab a bomb and head back, but I made a big mistake, so I was not able to grab a ballista because I still have 10 full ballistas loaded up, so I'm just grabbing a bomb. Go ahead and run back here. Load it up, and we're just going to now load it up over here. So this part takes a little bit explaining. So after it either attacks the base or it flinches, it will stay on the ground here, and then it will rise back up, and only after it rises back up and it starts to move forward do you have the window where you can actually hit it with the cannon. If it's on the ground or if it's too much forward, you can't hit it with the cannonball, so make sure you only do it after the flinch or after it attacks. Wait for it to just fully line up here, just be patient. There we go. And he's flinching, so if he flinches, he'll get back down on all fours. We can load up cannonballs and do it once more again. Now there is actually a few seconds after he gets up or you're waiting for him to move forward, so if you finish loading up all the balls like this and he's still on the ground, go ahead and pick up a few ballistas to sort of kill the time and just increase your efficiency. Again, I made a lot of mistakes in this run, but if you follow my basic advice, you'll be able to do this thing pretty well. In another run, I completely missed the jump and I missed the anti-dragon bombs. That is a total of 800 damage, which is absolutely massive. So if you miss that, then you're going to hope that you brought a weapon that you can also attack with, because you're going to be low on damage. So definitely do not miss that. Don't miss the Dragonator, which really, how could you? because just hit it when it's really, really close. And as long as you really, just watch your timing on these cannonballs, you should just be just fine. Wait here patiently for it to go forward. Don't get greedy. There we go. Again, all that flinching is thanks to the fact that we have Eaton for feline bombardier, which gives us a plus 10% boost on that cannonball stuff, and also the ballista. We get some stuff as well. So I made a mistake here. I actually didn't mean to hit him with the binder. I actually meant to hit him with ballistas, but because I just got the down. I didn't need to actually bind him. But whatever. Again, this run is not meant to be a perfect one. It's just to show you the principles behind it all. The idea is that if you've already cannonballed him or he's too close forward, you can then bind him to either get off some more ballista shots or run back to the base camp. This was another huge mistake I made, which cost me like 30 seconds or more. In Monster Hunter World, you're able to evade behind you. In this game, you can't. So if you hit B after you're done using all of your ammo and you just want to back out, you'll actually jump forward and off of the cliff. So this was a really stupid mistake, but I kept it in here because I wanted to show that this method does allow for a lot of error, and also to sort of let you know of these pitfalls that you might run into if you're coming from Monster Hunter World as well, because honestly, being able to use something and like evade backwards is such a huge deal. You really don't think about it until you go back to a game like this. I'm gonna go ahead now. See, he's too far forward for us to use the cannon. He's now moving close. I haven't used the Dragonator yet, so now is a perfect time to do it. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. So now he's going to go on the ground again, so this gives us enough time to gather some ballistas, go back to camp and grab a cannonball, load it up, wait for us to shoot it. In hindsight, what I should have just did was ran back, grabbed a cannonball, loaded it, ran back, grabbed a cannonball, and then I'd be able to hit it with 2 cannonball shots instead of 1. But instead, for some reason, I was focused on collecting ballistas and shooting it. Whatever. You've got more than enough tools at your disposal. As long as you don't use the binder when he's back before the cannon, or you use it after he flinches or something really dumb like that, the binders will stop him from attacking the fortress twice. Time that with your flinching from the cannonballs, and I really don't see any way you can fail this quest unless you're just whiffing with the cannonballs really bad. So here he is, he's getting up, so it's perfect time for us to get off this shot over here. Is he falling down on the ground again? He's attacking the base. So I know he's getting up, but I know I have a little bit more time, so I'm going to go ahead here and head back and grab a cannonball. See what happens. Again, you can improve on this method quite a bit and shave this down to about a 25-minute run. Just remember, cannonballs when he's down, ballistas when he's up front, and binders if he's about to attack. Just rinse and repeat and he's done for. So here you see the price that I paid for my mistake here. He was down, he was going to get back up. I shouldn't have ran back to get another cannonball because now he's already so far ahead that I can't hit him. So unless I use a binder or something, he's going to be able to get off an attack here on the base. It's not a big deal, but it is kind of annoying for the fact that I wanted to show you guys a really good video, but every time I press the record button, I make some really bad mistake. So I was very happy enough to get a run where I showed off the principles and how to do it. So hopefully you guys will be able to as well. Okay, now that he's down, I'm doing what I should have been doing, which is realizing when he's about to get back up, just wait for it, hit off those cannonballs, and then you'll be in good shape. So I'm going to sit here and wait to be patient. With 2 people, you can load these things up pretty fast. And in time where you're waiting, like when it's flinched on the ground, you could have a guy downstairs whapping on Lao Xiaolong. In that case, I imagine you'd clear this quest pretty darn fast. I say probably within 20 minutes. So I'm going to bind him because I don't feel that I can flinch him with just my ballista ammo. So now that he's binded, it gives me enough time to go back, grab a cannonball, load it up, hit him with a few ballistas, and then hit him with the cannonball again. Anyways, this is just free form at this point. Just hit him with everything that you're given. Don't whiff on the cannonballs, and as long as you bind him twice to block 2 of the attacks, you'll be able to kill him before time is up. When you get a flinch, you're able to gather 1 cannonball loaded up. When you bind him, he's down for quite some time, and you have enough time to actually run back and grab 2 cannonballs. 1 loaded up, go back, grab another one and load it up. So just remember that. 1 flinch, go and grab 1 cannonball and any remaining ballista ammo. And if you use the binder, go ahead and load up 2 cannonballs. As long as you do that, you'll be able to do this phase much more smoother than I did here in this video. So here he is recovering from that binder, so we had double the time. So we're able to load up 2 of these cannonballs thanks to our Pro Transporter. Just gonna wait here for him to come over. Come on. Come on. The second person, they could just be hitting off all the ballista ammo while you're waiting for him to come over here. But if you flinch him too much, he'll never be able to get in front of the cannon, which would stink. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm showing you this because I made a lot of mistakes. But just rinse and repeat everything that I've been talking about for the last 5 minutes. I'm going to show you what happens on one area that you can totally whiff on a cannonball, which you don't want to do. And that is when Lao Shalong is down. It looks like you can hit him, but you actually can't. So I'm going to go here and whiff here. I make it sound like I did it on purpose, but I was just eager to finish the quest. See, it's totally whiffing. It's not hitting him at all. It's a total waste. If I just waited for him to get up and hit him, I would have killed him right there. But I was pretty impatient, so over to the ballistas I go. There we go, and we've managed to defeat him. So even with all the colossal errors I made, we were still able to take him down. Hopefully this video gives you some ideas on the basic strategies. Area 1 I think I did perfectly, so I don't think there was any mistakes, except for maybe a few whiffs. Area 2, obviously I made some mistakes in actually jumping off the thing, and just, my rhythm of the final part was pretty bad, but anyways, remember that the set is high-grade earplugs, Pro Transporter, and Artillery Expert, not Novice, but Expert, and make sure that you eat for the feline bombardier. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you guys out. Go ahead and leave any comments down below if you found some good sets to make this set to do it. Again, this is just for one person. If you do it with one person who knows how to do the cannons and one person who's attacking, this run will go very smooth. I am sorry it took me so long to upload this video. I just see so many ways I could have made this video better, but in the spirit of Casey Neistat, instead of trying to be a perfectionist, I'm just going to make it, put it out there, learn from my mistakes, and do better in the next one. Oh, in case you're curious, yes, I did get lucky and I got 2 palliums.